Jordan Peterson recently did a video about his thoughts on Andrew Tate. He kind of dodged the question. He sort of said, well, I'm not going to comment directly on what I think about Andrew Tate, but his questionable business of setting up a webcam agency, yeah, I didn't really approve of that. But he then goes into speaking about why he thinks Andrew got so popular and so quickly. And he said about how because of what Tate represents, not bowing down to authority, not taking the knee, standing up for what you believe in, being strong, this is why he became so popular, because there's such a push from the Matrix, from our enemies, to make people slaves, to get them in a mindset that puts them into servitude. So that is preferable to look to somebody who's not doing that. That's basically what Peterson says, and he doesn't give too much commentary, but I'm going to break down why I think Tate has got so popular and how I believe he's actually a huge force for good. So let's just break it down on why he's become popular, especially amongst the youth. So there are a few things, and it's well known in marketing and psychology that there are passive indicators of status that give credibility to what you're saying. A fat, unhealthy person giving you fitness advice doesn't really fucking work, right? But if you have a very good physique, if you are in shape, that gives passive credibility, as well as having lots of money. People generally listen to people who have money more, right? It's just how we're wired. Top G, as his nickname is, wouldn't work if he wasn't super rich. It just doesn't quite have the same edge, right? And amongst the youth, there has to be some degree of cool, some degree of being a badass. It doesn't work if it's all completely one way and it's all sanitized and there's no politically incorrect stuff happening. It just doesn't quite have the same edge. So Tate used this. He used his position. Okay, he may have got there in a slightly questionable means. Webcam model agency, it's on the borderline. It's technically a business and the women were getting paid, and it's not quite prostitution, but it's pretty fucking close. But never mind. He's now in a very, very powerful position to influence the world, but especially the youth. And because he has money, it makes his message more powerful, because he can flaunt all the symbols of wealth and the status that comes with that. In the minds of the youth, he has greater access to them. I mean, that's why I believe the Matrix right now is so fucking scared of his message. And it's not just what he has to say, it's the fact that he himself has such powerful influence. But why did he have such powerful influence? Well, okay, as we mentioned before, he's got the passive indicators of status that give credibility to what he's speaking about, and his delivery is really good. He is very good at speaking, but then he has used occasional controversial opinions and doing stupid stuff on the internet, making jokes to explode his popularity. But now that he is in this position, and to be fair, I do believe he has been saying this for quite some time, like a core part of his message is we need strong men. And the Matrix right now wants weak men. They want men who are just going to bow down, accept the programming, do all of the bullshit work that needs to be done, but do it in the state of mind of slavery, thinking that there's no other way, that they have to do this bullshit. And also emasculate men in general so that they are weaker. And if we have weak men, that's the very backbone of society. It spills out everywhere. And women don't want weak men, they want strong men. But anyway, let's get on to his actual message. So the primary parts of Tate's message are: go to the gym, look after your woman, provide for your woman, be mentally strong, get rich, be close to God, do well by God. If we had a new generation of men having these values at the forefront of their existence, it will be brilliant, not only for the men that are living it and doing it and being that, but also for the women, because they'll have better men, stronger men, and who doesn't want that as a woman? So I believe he is being attacked because now that he is in this position of power, okay, he might have got there a slightly questionable means, but I believe he's being attacked because he counters a lot of what the Matrix is trying to put out there. So that's why I believe this whole attack on him has happened, why he went to a Romanian dungeon for 3 months without any actual evidence being brought forth, and now he's been put in house arrest for another 3 months. Hopefully that will be the end of it for him, at least on this particular attack, and then he can go back to living a life of freedom, because I do believe he has been wrongly, unjustly served by all of this, and I can see why they would try and attack him. As a man, and as speaking to other young men, he ignites a fire within you that's very rare to find on the internet. Jordan Peterson is brilliant to listen to. I love listening to his stuff. Intellectually, it's very satisfying listening to Peterson. But he doesn't have the same fire that Andrew Tate has. And both have their pros and cons, but there's something unique about the way that he speaks, the fire that it brings into the minds and the bellies of the youth, and the Matrix doesn't want that.